What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer here, coming to you live from my studio. And how are you today? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you guys had a good day. I've had a rough day the last 2 days. I've had bad allergies, so I have just not been able to breathe very well. But I found an antihistamine nose spray in my medicine cabinet, and it's been helping. So I am glad that I'm here and I'm able to talk to you guys today and not sound completely nasally, which is really good because earlier it was bad. So I'm going to put these on so you guys can hear me a little bit better. All right, hopefully you can hear me okay. And we're going to have an awesome night tonight. So if you guys saw the thumbnail, I've got an awesome guest that'll be joining us in a few minutes. And that is my silver journey. So a lot of you have probably seen his channel. Maybe some of you have been following his channel for a long time. I think I ran into his channel maybe about 2 or 3 months ago all the shorts he was doing. And I think he had a daily short that was coming out when he was going to his local coin store. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, we're going to have him on today. I'm going to ask him some questions. We'll do a little interview, and I think you guys are going to be in for a good treat today, and it's going to be fun. So I just want to call out everybody that's here today. So we've got Jeff, and we've got Tuli in the house. So if you notice, Tuli has just been crowned as a moderator going forward. So I'm excited to have her here to help us. It would have been awesome to have her help on the 1,000 subscriber party. So when any of you guys get to 1,000 subscriber party or even a 500, make sure you've got ample mods on there. One of my mods got pulled away, and I was down to one, and it was kind of wild. But we're glad to have her here. Serpent Silver, welcome. And we've got OC Stacker. So I'm excited for OC Stacker. A lot of you probably don't know who OC Stacker is yet, but there's going to be a lot more about OC Stacker in the future coming up that I'll share with you guys. But he's down here near me, and there's some great things that I think we're going to be able to put together that will help you guys in the future too. So stay tuned for that. And then my Silver Journey's on, kind of hanging out until we bring him in for the interview. Creeping Thyme, welcome. And let's see who else we got on here. I think that's who we've got for right now. So guys, hit that thumbs up. I know we may be competing with a few others tonight that are going on, but that's okay. That's how some of this stuff goes. You know, we want to support each other in the community, but at the same time, oftentimes we're doing things at the same time. So it's going to inevitably we're going to run into people here and there. So today, I think we're going to go ahead and just keep it to an hour for tonight. But I do have a couple things that I'm going to share with you guys, and I am going to put myself on Do Not Disturb. Just a second here. And let me shut my door. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay now. So what I wanted to do is there's a couple things that I wanted to announce real quick for you guys. The first one is this. Boom. I am going to be doing a new show with Nick's Coins, and we're going to be starting this off next Tuesday, and it's going to be going on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock Pacific or 5 to 6 Eastern. And I'm pretty excited about it. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. So we're going to be talking about what's going on in the news. We're going to be talking about some of the current events that are happening outside of gold and silver, but could affect gold and silver. And then we're also going to be taking your guys' questions live. It's going to turn into a podcast as well that will get started. So you'll have the opportunity to listen to it later, to share it with friends on the podcast. We'll have the live stream that goes as well. So what will happen a little differently on that format is we won't be really looking at a lot of the comments at the moment, but my mods are going to be helping us keep it live in the comment section. And in the meantime, what we're going to be doing is sharing stories or questions or comments that you guys send into the email. So look for some more promotional information about this upcoming show. I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. Hopefully it'll be during a time that there isn't a whole lot of other stuff going. And we're looking forward to help you guys make it an awesome show. So look forward to that. That's going to be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to that coming up. So, all right. The Hair Gurus. Okay, we might have to take that name. I like that name. Pete Clark, welcome. Good to have you here. Magnum, welcome. How are you guys? So today what we're going to do, just a quick overview here, is one, we're going to bring on my silver journey in just a minute here, and I'm going to ask him some questions. I want to hear about his story and kind of what he's doing with his channel. He's really close to hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark too. I don't know how many we're going to have in here today yet, but if we can get enough people in here that aren't already subscribed to his, hopefully we can help him bump up that count a little bit today, as well as learn a little bit more about what his journey is all about and why he's stacking. I think you guys have probably heard my story a lot. I may share a little bit of that as well today. I've got some cool coins today that you haven't seen before that I'm also going to showcase and share with you guys. Some new cool stickers, and my first keychains have just come in. So we're going to show that too. Joseph, welcome. Jim Doc, welcome. Glad to have you guys here. And in addition to that, I do have a few news articles we're going to talk about at the end here. So stay until the end. We're going to be talking about what just happened with the Federal Reserve. Well, we're going to talk about the CPI, what kind of came in with that briefly. We're going to talk about what the Federal Reserve just did with holding rates steady. What is that going to do for gold and silver prices, as well as what does it do for your risk of having money in the bank? Okay, we're going to talk about that. And then I've got a handful of other articles that I found that I brought up. If we have time to get to them, we will. If not, that's okay. So I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. We're going to have a fun show, and we're going to keep it live. Now, if any of you have interest in coming on this show on Wednesdays, I am looking for other people in the community to help, to kind of really help us out, right? Each of us out. I'd be happy to come out on your channels. I'd love to have you on my channel to kind of see how we can help each other with getting to know our YouTube base, as well as what can we learn from each other in the process. A lot of this comes down to education. A lot of it comes down to entertainment. But some of this comes down to community. And without community, we have nothing as far as I'm concerned with this. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring my silver journey on now. It's a little bit earlier than I told him. Give me a thumbs up, my silver journey, if you're ready to come on. If not, I will jump into and share some of my coins here. But hey, Ellie, how's it going? Welcome. Get Yankee and Silver Dragons on my show. I would love to. I think I will get Yankee on at some point. I'll have to figure out how we can arrange that. Silver Dragons is going to be a harder cookie to crack. If any of you guys have pull, help me land him. I have bought a ton of his pours, and I am planning on going to the golf course with my silver golf ball that I bought from him. We're going to go see how well that thing putts, and if we can get a hole in one at the golf course, which would be fun. I do not think I'm going to use my driver on it. I think it would totally destroy my driver, and then I would lose a really nice piece of silver. So we're probably not going to do that. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to bring our friend in here real quick, and here we go. Let's see if we can get this to work okay. My Silver Journey, are you live with us?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, doing well. All right, I'm going to move myself some in the center here. So you got a pretty cool little setup here, and I did talk about my golf ball just a moment ago. So I hear that you did a video because I saw it on half of a golf ball. It may not put real well, but it looks pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I completely underestimated how much silver it was going to take. Actually, it's probably going to take around 12 ounces to do the whole thing because this is 5. But it did come out pretty well.
Yeah, I want to say I think mine's about 12 ounces. Um, so I believe it's going to hit you about 12 ounces. But here's the deal. Um, I think it's a killer piece, and I think it's one that a lot of people are looking for. And you probably have some buyers as you put some of those together. I don't think they're the easiest things to put, to build. And I also think they take a bit of time trying to get them all polished up and the rough pieces off. But anyway, mine I don't have it with me right now. I would have brought it out today. But anyway, I think it's a pretty cool piece. So that was a great video. If you guys haven't seen my Silver Journeys video on pouring and making that half golf ball, you should go check it out for sure. And then if you guys see the link in there, go ahead and subscribe. I highly recommend it. He's got a great channel and he's got a great story. So you guys, like I was mentioning, this is about the community. It's about education, entertainment. And one of the ways we help build this community is by helping each other and getting to know each other and, shoring each other up in this process. So what I couple questions I had for you, just kind of starting off, is how
Sure.
long have you been stacking for?
Well, um, I'd have to say sometime in mid to late December is when I bought my first piece of silver, somewhere in that range. Um, and then, I got into the whole YouTube thing in February. But yeah, so sometime, I'd say sometime in December. I don't remember the exact day. But honestly, I never intended on stacking silver. I was just intending on starting to tinker with coins because I wanted something to do with my daughter. And of course, you tinker with your coins. Eventually, you run into silver, and you start playing with that. And you get to hearing it and getting to playing with it and getting to realize, you can actually find this stuff out in the wild. And so it put me on the hunt for it. And now here I am, 250 ounces in, and I'm still going.
I think it's awesome. So looking at that, we're coming up on your year mark, right? In a few months. What
Yep,
was the
February.
goal that you in February? So what was your goal that you originally set? So you've just said you've passed 250 ounces. What was your original goal you set for this year?
Originally, I wanted to get 50 ounces.
Okay.
My money was a little bit tighter than it is now. I didn't manage my money like I do now. And so I was figuring maybe, try to squeeze out an ounce a week. And at the time, silver was going for a generic round was going for in the high 20s, maybe 30. And so I figured if I'd squeeze one a week, then I could hit the 50 in a year. But I think I got the 50 in less than 2 months, if I remember correctly, much faster than I expected.
So I'm assuming that means you caught the silver bug.
Yeah, I think I caught a whole jar of silver bugs, and every time I turn around, I'm after some more. I'm not even trying to catch them anymore. I'm hunting them.
Yeah, I was just on Empire Precious Metals auction, and I told myself I've got to pull back on how much silver I'm buying right now, just because expenses are tight for me and my family. And I think I still bought two things. I think I still bought 2 ounces of silver. So I find it very difficult, especially if you find a good price or you find a piece that you've had on your bucket list, or you just find something that really resonates with you. So another question I have for you, kind of looking at what you have on your desktop there. Um,
Yep.
what I'd love to understand a little bit more is why did you buy the pieces that are on your desk there? You obviously picked those. You have 250 ounces of silver, and I'm seeing less than that there. Um, what are some of the reasons you picked the coins and rounds and bars that you have out there? Um, why did you pick those to display today, and what do those mean to you?
Well, to be honest with you, the Batman one, I don't display it very often because the box I keep it in, I actually don't get a hold of very often. So I figured this one, a lot of folks haven't seen them. The folks in the regular stacking community have, but your general public just hasn't seen something like this. So I do like to show this from time to time. But my other ones, they're just my most recent things. I got this in a trade with Raven. And of course, the ball I poured, and this one, the dragon here, this one I really love. This was a trade
Yeah,
with
that's cool.
Akadaka Stacker.
Okay.
And, then of course I got the channel round from the Perth Mint. This was sent to me by Akka. So I'm trying to display this in almost all my videos. I really, really love this piece. Um, and I really don't, it's really hard to say which one's the absolute favorite because about every 2 or 3 weeks it changes. Because you're always looking, you're always finding new treasures out there. And if you can get them at the right price, you're going to snatch them up. And I mean, sometimes you find little weird things like this little guy. This is, just a little bell that my LCS owner gave to me. I don't even know if it's going to show up very well,
Oh,
but,
that's cool.
this is pretty cool. It's a little sterling silver bell. That's only probably worth about $2, but I mean, it's just a neat little piece. But, yeah, it's hard to figure it out. You never know when I'm going to set up. A lot of times I do my videos at work. I'm at home today, but so I'll take, 40, 50, 60 ounces of silver with me at work so that I will have, because sometimes I'll film multiple videos and I'll just have plenty of stuff because I don't want every video to have the same stuff in it.
I think that's great. And one of the things I've loved about stacking is there's such a variety. I had no idea when I got started a few years ago. Um, you've got coins that range anywhere from very common coins like an eagle. So I got an eagle here,
Yep.
right here for you guys. So you see an
I
eagle,
actually
you
didn't
see
bring
these
any
all over the
eagles out.
place. But
Yep.
you have
That's
common
the one I
coins
see
like
the most
that
common.
too. This is one that I have that I'll show you guys a little bit later too. That's totally me. I'm a big, huge Star Wars guy. Um, but it's a Death Star, and
Oh, that's
I think
sweet.
they only made something like 500 or 200 of these. I don't know. There's not too many, and I've got two of them, so I'm actually thinking of maybe sending one or two of them in for grading at some point. Um, but those are the 1 ounces, and then they just recently came out 3 ounces that are kind of fun. But there's such variety in coins and rounds out there and bars that it's pretty cool. Well, real quick, I just want to do a couple of shout outs to some new people that jumped on here too. So we've got Nickel Stacking, welcome. Rig Nation Stacker, welcome to the stream. We've also got let's see, a little further up here. Joseph Lopez has joined us too. Welcome. And then we have Stack That Gold. So welcome, guys, for coming on here. So one of the things that we'll do to here for the audience is in just a few minutes, I'll give you guys an opportunity to ask some questions to um, my silver journey and see if if we can help answer those questions for you. So
Sure.
another question I have before we get to that is okay. I wrote a few questions down here for you. Okay, so you're telling us it was about February or so that you really kind of got started with things with your channel, correct? I think that's what you mentioned.
That's abs. Yep, that's correct. About
Okay.
somewhere around the 13th, 14th, something like that.
So what convinced you or what got you into that process of thinking, hey, I'm going to go start a YouTube channel?
Well, I never really wanted to be, a channel for folks to watch. I never expected anybody to find the videos in the first place. I just wanted to
Okay.
have, basically something I can go back to over the years and look back and watch my progress as, I progress through because by that time I'd already been to a few different shops and seeing all the different things that were available, and I was like, this stuff is coming out and changing so fast. It's going to be easiest for me to keep up with it if I do like a video documentary for myself. And I only intended on doing one or two videos a week, and now, I try and push out one just about every day. I do my best. Here lately, I've been taking my Sundays off, but yeah, it's definitely gone further than I expected.
I think that's awesome. So for me, what I love hearing about that is you basically started off as a journal, and
Yeah,
it
exactly.
turned into
Like
something
almost like
for
a
you.
diary. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, at what point did you start to understand? Like, were you already watching YouTube channels on Stackers when you started that channel, or was that something you found out after you started creating it?
Yeah. I had found, of course, the big one was Yankee. He was really my inspiration to start the channel itself. Not so much as a YouTube channel, but, as a documentary for myself. But yeah, I was watching, Yankee, and I had been watching, Silver Dragons, of course, but I had also found folks like Constitutional Stacker, and, me and Conscious Stacker started nearly the same day. And I found him within a couple of days of starting mine. And I mean, there's a lot of them, like Scully. I really enjoyed watching Scully. And
Okay.
then you've got the good old strategic, and his videos really put some smiles because he doesn't do it like anybody else. He's really got his stuff all of his own. I really enjoy it.
I think that's true too. And for me, one of the things I found is, uh, you know, I've heard people get angry in the community that someone copied their idea. Um,
Yep,
First
yep,
off, what I'll put out there is, at least for me, I don't have the time to watch every single video that everybody puts out. There's just not enough time in the day to do that. Especially if
exactly.
you're creating content, it just it takes time, right? Um, Inevitably, we're going to create videos that are similar because our niche is pretty tight. Um,
Correct.
the other thing that I think is great is each of us have a different style, and there's kind of a whole different thing. What I love about yours is it's about this journey you're going on and you're exploring and developing into, and who knows where that's going. And I saw in your latest videos you're starting to look into gold, and you've gotten your first piece of
Yes.
gold, which I think is pretty
Um,
cool.
Well, I actually got the first piece of gold several months ago by accident. I
Okay.
picked up that 10th ounce and he sold it to me for $200. And at the time they were going for around 260 or something like that. But I've got a really good relationship with my LCS and yeah, he really takes care of me. So I'm going to go see him this Saturday. And if I'm lucky, I'd like to shoot for a quarter ounce of gold, but we got to see how the finances look on Friday.
Okay. Well, the one thing I'll tell you, and I'll tell everybody that's watching this too, is it's really important not to overdo it. You guys have got to make sure you've got your money to take care of your expenses, right? And
Exactly.
to me, really, what you're looking at as far as a budget goes, with either silver or gold or both, comes down to what would you normally be putting away in the bank as savings. And instead of putting it in the bank as savings, you're going to take it, you're going to buy gold and silver with it and put it into a secure place. Um, that's really the first best way to do it. This stuff can be addicting, just like anything else can. Maybe not
Yes, it
physically
can.
addicting, but psychologically, right, and emotionally addicting. To where you get on these auctions and you're like, I'm going to beat that guy, or I'm going to get that because I want it. Be careful on how much you're paying for things, as well as how much you're taking down at a given time. Right now, we may be at the lowest we're going to see gold and silver ever again. And at the same time, I've heard in the past that we're going to have an everything crash here soon, sometime this year. It still hasn't happened. And if we have an everything crash, maybe the price of gold and silver goes down quite a bit further and you have even more buying opportunities. So I always think it's my advice I'd give to you too on that is, um, if it looks right and you can do it, then do it. Otherwise, maybe you pull back and you do another tenth of an ounce. Um, and I think it's more important to make sure you're not putting yourself into too tight of a situation. I've done that before, and it's not good, and you have to kind of dig yourself back out of it a little bit. All right, so what I
Absolutely.
want to do is I want to go back to the group of people here real quick and see if you guys have any questions for um, my silver journey. I see that Dr. Rob's joined us as well. We've also got, let's see, there was another new person that jumped on here. World Player Paper Money Club. That sounds pretty cool. Hey, welcome from California as well. And we've got the Broke Stacker. I hope the Broke Stacker has silver. It always scares me a little bit on his name there. The Modern Stacker. And who else do we got in here that just jumped in? I think there was
Shelf Stacker just came in as well.
we got Star Stacker,
And
Shelf
we got Chef
Stacker,
Stacker
Alan
and Alan
Hall,
Hall.
Chef Stacker. So welcome, guys. So here's what I would love to hear from you guys. So if you've got a question for my silver journey, or even for me, throw it in the chat there. We'd love to answer a few of those questions for you guys. And in the meantime, I've got one more question for you here until we get
Absolutely.
to the group's questions here. So um, I don't know. This is one for. I guess this is more of a question I'm going to ask. Maybe other people may not have as much interest in it. I'm not sure, but Um, what's your goal now that you've gone from having this be more like a journal or a diary to you're making a lot more videos, and you're obviously growing the channel, and I think you're starting to look at things like a channel round or stickers, because you've got those, and I need to find it. I was going to open that today, so it's over here. I got to go look for it in a second. Um,
I think I sent
it-
them all to you, if I remember
okay,
correctly.
good. So I'm going to open those up. We're going to show them off. Um, what have you set as a goal now? So originally this was more of just a diary. What is your channel now? Do you have a goal of monetizing it? Do you have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers? Do you want to hit 50,000, 100,000? Are you hoping this may become something bigger for you, or do you think it's just going to stay as a little bit more of a hobby?
Well, it's definitely gone beyond a hobby. And I do remember in my first video, one of the first things I said was, I'm not looking to get 1 million subscribers. And I'm not. I don't think, that I would ever even come close to that. But right now, the reasonable goal for me is 1,000. We're not too far away from that. And so, yeah, we're pushing for that one right now. And hopefully we can get there in no time. But, we're just going to let things go at its pace. And, God willing, we'll reach it.
I think it's great. And I would agree. Getting to 1 million would be insanely incredible and awesome. Um, but it's not even something I can totally think about right now. I've got some baby steps before that, and You're probably feeling the same way. So we did get a
Oh
question
yeah.
here from the group. I've got a question here from the modern stacker. He's asking thoughts on silver stacking versus gold stacking.
Well, it all just depends on your finances, really. Myself, I have definitely focused on the silver that fits my budget better. Right now, I've pulled back on my silver to focus on gold because I do want to get an ounce of gold before I hit my year mark. So I've got a few months to get to reach that. So instead of, buying 4 or 5 ounces of silver in a week's time or something, I might buy one. So for me, I think it's all about your budget. Is like you said earlier, you don't want to overextend because that's a good way to put yourself into a big old hole, and then you got to turn around and sell what you worked so hard to get. So, if you've got the extra money to get the gold, then go that route. But if not, just focus on your silver and, just set a little bit aside as you can for your gold.
I think that is a great idea. Um, just give me a second here. I got to let the dog out.
It's no problem at all. Ain't nothing wrong with
All
taking care of
right.
the pups.
No, he likes to hang out with me. He's kind of an old man. He's 15, and he likes to really hang out and until he's done, then he's like, "Get me out of here," and then he wants to run away. It's kind of how that one goes. But all right, let's do this. I'm going to add myself over to this side here. So, all right, so let's see what else we got. If we had any other questions in here, and then I want to open up the stickers. So let's see. So nickel stacking says Yankee will get to 1 million. I think Yankee's got a pretty good chance of hitting that million mark, guys. I think that's
When I
possible.
first started watching Yankee, it was late last year and he was at around 75,000, 73,000. So in less than a year, he's picked up another 50,000. So he is soaring. And so I think he might be the first stacking channel to reach that point. He's really doing fantastic.
He really could, and he's been a great mentor for me. And I know he's doing this full time now. So he's taking care of his parents right now, and he's got some issues that are going on there. But I think
Yeah.
when he's got a little bit more time to focus on things, I really do think he's going to blow things up. I've had some great chats with him on some ideas of things that he wants to do that I haven't seen any channel do yet, which would be great. The only other channels I've seen get that big are the ones that are doing like shipwrecks or panning for gold. There's some gold channels that do
Yep.
that. Um,
Yep.
and it's really not they're really more entertainment than they are anything else. And you just have a broader audience of people that think it's cool to pan for gold, apparently. So here where I live in California, we never have water except for this year, which is why my allergies are dying this year. But we don't really have rivers or brooks around here. We have like these concrete, if you've seen the big LA River, like in, any of the Hollywood movies they make, it usually has hardly any water going down it. And now it has a ton of water going down it. And shopping carts and all kinds of garbage are floating down the thing. You're not panning for gold in that. That's just not going to happen. So I have
No, no,
nowhere to
no,
go
no.
to pan gold right now. But one of these days, I do want to go do it. I think it would be pretty fun. So we also had another quick, kind of a cool thing in here. We have actually Trusty Average was saying that he or
Where can you get
she
the
is
Batman
really
piece?
jealous of your Batman piece there.
I actually won that on one of Chuck Stax's live streams he did some months back, and I know they can be hard to find, but if you just keep your eye out, you can find them. But they can get pricey. Some folks actually charge even more for the capsule than they do for the coin. So, and it is considered a coin. It's from a sovereign mint, but if you find one, you'll probably pay 50, 60 bucks for it easy, and it's only an ounce.
They are really cool coins. So I'm going to try to see if I can secure more of them somehow and get the price down for people if we can. But that's if I can find them somewhere. I only have one
Yep, yep.
myself, and it's pretty cool. We did take one out of a capsule the other day, and it's fairly sharp. I think you could stick it into a wall pretty easily if you threw it without the capsule. So it could be a home defense mechanism if you needed it to be. Okay, there's another. I don't recommend that, guys. Um, but it might make a cool video if someone really wants to do it.
Yeah,
There's a
probably would.
question.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. It'd be pretty cool. So if I can get a second one, maybe I'll do that and throw it into my wall and then do a patch job afterwards. But we've got a question from Ellie about to Surfer to me about thoughts on where this silver and gold price is going to go by the end of the year. So we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, a little bit more detail. But what I'll tell you is there's three probabilities right now, and then I'll get into it at the end here if you guys stay to the end on why I think this. But um, there's a possibility that the prices are exactly where they're at right now on December 31st. It's also possible that the Fed does start raising interest rates again, and we could see the price of gold and silver um, go down, especially if they do what's called a rug pull and they actually raise rates by, like, say, a whole point or a whole 100
Yep.
basis points or a whole interest rate. That would freak out silver, that would freak out gold, and I guarantee you the prices would go down. You'd probably, in my opinion, I think you would see silver down below $20 on the spot, and I think you would see the gold spot price down below 1,800 bucks. Um, it could go lower than that, guys. But keep in mind, if it goes much below, I think it's 18 on silver, and I want to say it's around 1,600 on gold. If it were to go below those dollar amounts, no one's mining these metals anymore. The mines shut off and
Yep.
stop. No
Yep.
one's going to be exploring, and they're actually not really exploring that much anyway. And about 30% of the workforce in mining is about to retire here real soon in the next couple of years. So inevitably, the price is going higher. The hard thing is to predict exactly when it's going to do that. I thought the Fed would be already above 6% on the Fed funds rate. I was calling for that and more in June because it's what they need to do to slow inflation down. But it's also something that's going to really hurt our country. So I don't know. It's going to be a hard one, but we are going to talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the show. All right, let me see if there was any other questions here, and then I want to open up your letter here. Um, Nickel Stacky mentioned that he started at 9,500 on Yankees count watching Yankees, so you're like one of the originals.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he's the old school.
OC Stacker, platinum a good buy under $900 in my opinion. I would agree. If you guys are into platinum, if you can buy it under $900 um, with the premiums in place, yes, it's good. And even if you can buy it under $1,000, it's probably okay. But if you get under 900 bucks, that's probably good. Currently, I don't have any platinum. It's something that I did buy 2 coins on Black Friday at spot, and I did flip them, and I made about 100 bucks off each coin. Um, I don't think they're bad, but for me, I felt it was kind of a risk to take of if something happens to me, someone in my family is going to turn it in for silver or get taken. But I do think it's
That's
a
my
metal that's
worry.
undervalued and it could do well. So you just need to kind of consider that and think about that one. All right, let's see if we had any other questions here real quick.
The modern stacker says he's got to jump because dinner's calling, so everybody keeps stacking. Well, you have yourself a great meal, man. Take care.
Thank you for coming. Rig Nation Stacker, gold is too high to buy, needs to be around 800 to $1,000. I will tell you that if it gets down to 800 to 1,000, it won't stay there very long. Um,
If he gets that low,
you
I'm gonna
just,
sell my car and buy one. Buy
yeah,
one gold.
what's going to happen if it gets that low is uh, all the central banks in the world are going to buy it all up. You're just going to
Yep.
run out of supply. The companies will stop mining it, and the pendulum of the supply and demand curve is going to take off. So could it get down to 800 to 1,000? I really don't think so. If it does that, we're talking like full financial collapse. The dollar is you're spending hundreds of dollars for probably a Coca-Cola kind of a thing, and everything's just kind of fallen out with inflation. Now, with that being the case, though, I think you're going to see it roll up pretty fast and start jumping. So I have a really hard time thinking it's going to get down there. If you're waiting to buy gold for it to go down to 800 to 1,000, I would probably, I can't give you financial advice, but I would definitely recommend doing some heavy research on that before you just sit there and wait for that one. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to move to my camera here. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so I have actually, this is my first mail call letter.
You,
if you can believe
this
that.
is your first mail call?
I
I
have
thought I
never.
actually sent it to you a long time ago.
This is my first one. I have never received. Well, maybe people have sent me stuff that never made it. But I have actually not received a any kind of a mail call from anybody in the community. Um, but I also have not been a good community member sending stuff out to people. I've just been busy talking to people at the beach, walking around. So I do think this is a pretty cool thing, and this is something I want to start doing more of. But I do have stickers from Silver Dragons and also from Stormy at Empire Precious Metals, but that is because I have bought a bunch of their stuff, and they just send you stickers when you buy stuff. But so I'm excited to have this opened up. This is the first time I've actually gotten a letter or anything from anybody in the community. Um,
I really got to apologize. I actually thought I sent it to you. I remember when you first started your channel, you had emailed me and we talked about a few things. And I had meant to. I thought I sent you one then. I do apologize for that. So, well, but
it's
hey,
okay.
now you just. I do believe I just sent you everything that I have. So I think you've got all of it,
Yeah, we're gonna open it
all my
right here. Okay,
stickers
so
and
this is
stuff.
great, guys. Okay,
I
so we're
don't
gonna
think
open this
I don't
up.
remember
So
if I sent you any poker chips though.
I do not have a poker chip now,
Oh, I'll have to send you one.
so we'll get that. Okay, I'm gonna take these off the cards if that's okay.
I
The other
just put
thing
them
I
in there
was
like
look.
that so they don't move around in the
I
envelope
think
too
it's
much.
great. I've just been sending everything in my bubble mailers, and crazy me. I started realizing if I'm sending stickers, that's like $5.
Yeah, yeah, it really shoots
um,
the cost of it up.
yeah, so check this out, you guys. This is the magnet. This is a great magnet. I think this is great. Do you have a particular person that created these for you? The designs?
Flatline Racer. I reached
Okay.
out to him after talking to several people, and we couldn't really come up with an idea. And I told him, I said, well, when I think of the word journey, I think of a guy walking down the road. I said, so let's go that route and let's do it a silver road, kind of like they did in Wizard of Oz. So instead of a yellow brick road, let's do a silver one. And he did the rest from there. All I told him, I said, I'm a Christian. I do want to have a cross on there somewhere. So he did put the one on the backpack where, I'm carrying
Yeah,
my
right here.
cross.
Okay,
And I think he did a great job. It came out pretty good.
right there for you guys that are looking. I think he did a great job. Mine comes from Silos Coins off of Instagram. He's the one that's designed my stickers and logos. Um, all right. Okay, so there we go. There's the first one. I think that's pretty cool. All right, then we've got. I think like all of us, we have a couple different versions of these. So this is a fun
Yeah.
white one, and I love how it looks like. It kind of looks like the Emerald City out there, which is great.
Yeah, that's what he did with the coins to do the Emerald City. And if anybody hasn't seen The Wizard of Oz, one of the scenes was the floating bubble that had
Oh,
the
that's
scene
right.
inside
Yeah,
the
I
bubble,
see it now.
and that's what he did with that. So it looks like the bubble.
I love it. And then you've got your, I don't know what they call this. I call it my shiny sticker,
Yeah, the
but you
hollows.
got that one there. The hollows, yeah. So that's pretty cool. So and then I got a cool card. This is the other thing I keep screwing up when I have sent a few things out to people, but I always forget to put notes in. I'm not a very good pen pal, I guess. It says Stacking Surfer, big congrats on reaching the 1K subs. You worked hard for it, and I wanted to send my stickers and magnets for your collection. Keep up the great work, and God bless my silver journey. So there you go. So that's pretty awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm hoping this is a good start to sharing and maybe coming on your channel at some point and having you back on as well. And
Oh yeah,
at some
absolutely.
point, I see a sticker in your future that has gold coins and a gold brick road too. I don't know. I think that may come up. So what I wanted to do too is real quick just share this, and then I wanted to get into some news and maybe ask you some of your thoughts on that too. I do have a new sticker that's going to stay in the wrap here for a while, guys. Once I get monetized, I'm now at 2,000 watch hours. I need to get to 3,000. I can do member subscriptions, and this will be one of the clubs here. Is going to be the Grom Club. So if any of you don't know what a Grom is, go ahead and look that up on the internet, and you'll see a definition of that, how it relates to surfers. Okay, so that's kind of fun. But I had to take this design back here that you see, and I had to take out all of the silver stuff so we could get this kind of fun and shiny. So this will be for that club. I'm still working on the names for the other part of the other clubs, and I think we'll or the other memberships, and I think I will go ahead and ask you guys your thoughts on that. And then these just came in today, which are pretty cool too. So I had these little stacking surfer keychains made. So my daughter's the first one to get one of these. But I need to figure out exactly what we're going to do with these. But I thought that was kind of fun. And I use Sticker Mule, and they keep sending these crazy offers that I can't pass up. So
Yeah, that's how I got so many things. Was I keep getting text messages from them about another sale. It's like
so I keep doing these things.
I've even got these little pins that I ordered, but I didn't realize they're kind of hard to put in an envelope. So I've got 50 of these sitting here that I've never sent to anybody. I think Thule might have one, but I've only sent out two or three of them.
Yeah, I think they're fun. So we're having fun with that. All right, so let me see if there's
Well,
anything else before I. Yeah,
that sticker you just showed is probably the best use of that sparkly effect that I've seen on a sticker so far. You get it in the water like that, it looks really good.
yeah. It took an hour to erase it all because the technology wasn't working well enough on it, and I really didn't want to spend another $30 having my designer do it, so I got down and just did it. But I
Yep,
thought it'd be
yep.
kind of fun to do that. So I'm gonna make some fun, unique stickers that go along with it. I do want to get into some channel rounds made out of silver, and we may even do. I may even do some channel rounds made out of gold at some point too. But for me,
Wow.
it's having fun with this stuff. And I don't exactly know where it's all going to go for myself either. I would love to get up to 1 million subscribers and have this be a big thriving community and business and everything. We'll see exactly where it goes too. But for me right now, I'm trying to throw as many creative ideas and fun things out there. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Um, all right, so let's do this real quick here. See if there's any other questions from the audience. SPB is in the house. Sean, welcome. Yellow Brick Road was a symbology for staying on the gold standard. Well, we're on the silver standard here, boys and
Wow.
girls.
Well, that's my something new for the day. Appreciate that.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? So I think you are going to have to do a gold version at some point.
I was actually thinking about doing it when I do get to my first ounce of gold bought is maybe get, a small number of them with the gold done just for that one milestone of my first ounce of gold.
I think that's great. That would be cool. Um, I think it would be really fun to do it. And you could also you could do the pathway as sparkly at some point too if you wanted to. That'd be kind of fun. So we got Tex Coin. Welcome to the chat. We've got him asking a question here to you on your. You mentioned your daughter earlier in the stream. Is there a specific type of silver she likes to collect? Or are you currently working on putting a collection together?
Well, I have to say she's 17. She actually turns, her and I both have birthdays within the next week. She'll be 18 and, she likes it. She did recently, when we went up to the coin show, she picked up that dragon coin that's absolutely gorgeous, and she has a few pieces. Um, but she doesn't get a whole lot so far, but she does every time we go somewhere. I'm going to a show. She wants to go. She's always finding some cool pieces. So she does have a few, but not a whole lot yet. But I'm pretty sure when she's getting ready to start working here soon, and she's going to start setting aside to buy some coins. And I think it's pretty awesome. I'm trying to get my son and my other daughter too, but I haven't got them to look at it too much yet.
Well, I'm glad she's at least looking. My kids ran away. I gave them silver for Christmas, and they were not
Yeah.
happy.
Well, I'm going to do it to my granddaughter. My granddaughter was just born about 7 weeks ago, and I gave her silver eagle on the day she was born, and I'm going to be giving her silver her entire life. I'm going to make sure she gets the bug.
I think it's awesome. I think my kids will come around. My youngest are seniors in high school, and their friends actually come over to my house and steal my stickers out of my sticker drawer, and they think it's really cool. And one of their friends watches a lot of my stuff, so he may see this on there, which is kind of funny. But Um, anyway, I got a kick out of that too. But I think they'll come around to it eventually here. I think silver and gold's going to become a bigger deal to Americans in the near future here. Ellie mentioned
Oh
that
yeah.
she's got one of my stickers on her checkbook, so I thought that's funny. Um, I like your magnet's gonna go up on one of my safes. I got a lot of safes, so it'll be going on one of my safes where I put all my magnets on there. Um, so we'll
Um,
have that one out there.
well, I've got a few. I get my lighting's kind of bad in here right now. Let me see if I can turn a light on. Yeah, there you go. I've got a few here.
There you go.
So I do keep all the magnets that everybody sends me, and they goes on this safe anyway. And so yep, I always try and make sure that I display them so that I can see them because it's awesome when you guys send this kind of stuff. It's just great mementos.
I do. I think it's really awesome. And for me, I need to do a little bit more of reaching out to everybody. I've been slammed. It's been busy. Um, but I think it's great that you're doing that. So you're inspiring me to definitely do that and see if I can start building up my collection there. Um, so guys, we're close to 50 likes. Let's see if we can get that. It would be awesome to get up to 50 likes today. Um, and you know what always cracks me up is I always get one or two thumbs down. And I don't know if it's you guys accidentally hitting the thumbs down or if I said something that people hated. Like they're like, no, don't do a sparkly sticker. I can't stand it. It's horrible.
Well,
But
actually,
I think it's
a
kind of funny.
thumbs down, the algorithm doesn't care. The algorithm sees a thumbs up or thumbs
Oh
down.
yeah,
All the
I know.
algorithm sees is interaction. So even if they're trying to say something bad to you, they're actually still helping you.
No, I think it's funny to take the time. I most of the time I think it's someone accidentally doing the thumbs down and they didn't realize it because they're so close together.
Yep.
But I do think it's kind of funny. Maybe someone didn't like the yellow brick road. Who knows? All right, so we got another question from Joseph Lopez. Is platinum worth it for stacking? Surfer for nickel stacking. Um, you guys, I don't stack platinum right now. I'm not saying I won't, but it's one that I've decided if I am going to stack platinum, I will probably do it in a different form than something that looks like a US minted coin. Maybe I would try to do it in a bar, and I would probably get it in an assay so that it stands out that it's platinum. When I had my platinum 1 ounce coins, US minted, it just looked a lot like silver, guys. You can't really tell the difference unless you know what you're looking at. My wife's not going to be able to tell the difference. All right, let's see if we had anything else here. Okay, so I wanted to share just a little bit of news stuff too. Um, so let's do this. Okay, we got Mr. Blue in the house. Welcome. Thank you for coming. So OC Stacker does point out platinum is diversifying your stack. That is totally true. So personally, I do not diversify my stack with copper, but I love copper to go into my phony safe. And I
There
don't
you
want
go.
to say that out too loud, but I do use it for that. Sounds like coins. It adds some weight to you, but you're not going to get a whole lot for them. I wouldn't say no to platinum right now. It's not a big goal for me. But like anything, if all of your money is in gold and silver is not performing well, and the stock market's taken off, or bonds are doing well, or real estate's doing well, you can run yourself into a situation where if you need to pull and sell some of those coins to get money, to get currency, you could be running into a situation where you're selling really low. So I think
Yeah.
to OC Stacker's point there too, in metals itself, gold and silver don't exactly move all at the same time, right? Sometimes they move at different times. The other thing to look at is uh, platinum can add to that too. Those are really the only three I would primarily look at. And for me, platinum would be kind of a distant third. I'm more of a gold bug personally. I did not start off just going crazy with silver. I did get silver first, and then I started adding gold. But for me, one of the reasons I started stacking was I wanted to kind of have some wealth insurance for my house, and I have massive property taxes being in California. I wanted to make sure I could lock some of that in. And then I've started doing more silver as of late because of the gold to silver ratio. But I think both are kind of fun. Okay, so I had a question for you, and I'm going to bring up. Let me pull up the news article here real quick.
Well, while you're doing that, Alan Hall was asking, what is your favorite low cost online dealer for silver?
To me or to you? Or maybe both of
It didn't
us.
specify, so I'm pretty sure it's for you.
Okay. All right, guys. Um, I currently,
On the
I
spot,
am
on the
current,
spot.
yeah, I'm currently not buying online because it costs me too much money to buy online. So I've been sharing all these great deals with you guys on silver. It makes me feel good to share it with you because I can't buy them. Anything under $2,000, I have to pay sales tax, and my sales tax is just shy of 8%. So that basically kills any kind of a gold purchase unless it's over $2,000. Any kind of fractional gold is not going to make any sense to add 8% to it. And even with silver, unless it's at spot, it still kind of makes it not a great deal because it's over. It gets into like $30 all of a sudden. So for me,
Yep.
I'm pulling back unless I can spend 2,000. So I have found coin shows is where I've been starting to buy silver, and then I've got some personal networks that I have met people off of Instagram, as well as people in the community here where I can buy silver and not have to pay the sales tax. So I'm doing more of that today than I have in the past. Now, if you're not in that situation where you have sales tax, I don't think you can go wrong with SD Bullion. I know they sponsored everybody. And I think you've made it when SD Bullion gives you a call and wants to sponsor you because they seem to be sponsoring everybody. I think they're a good Christian company. I think they are, they do a good job of having some really good deals from the doc deals. I have bought a lot from SD Bullion. They are not the cheapest though, and I'll tell you that they are not the least expensive. You'll see better deals at Hero Bullion. You'll see better deals a lot of times even at Provident and Monument Metals. Um, so those are other ones to look at. I've purchased all from all of those except for Hero. I've not purchased from Hero yet. But I don't think you can really go wrong with those. I stay away from JM Bullion unless I'm buying something that only they have. So I might look at something unique and put it on a waiting list. And then I will buy stuff from AppMex too. AppMex is my favorite Black Friday place. So I get crazy good deals on AppMex on Black Friday. And I do have an AppMex credit card. So my son uses that, and every time he goes and buys like a Coca-Cola somewhere, I am getting free silver, which is great. So I do have an AppMex credit card. But for me, the only stuff I really buy at AppMex is going to be things that are collectible and unique that may be sold on the channel on eBay or something that I kind of want. Okay, so what I wanted to do real quick is there is an article, and instead of going and showing you guys my browser, I'm just going to read it off here. So today on Reuters says the Fed keeps rates steady, toughens policy stances, soft landing hopes grow. So what I'd like you guys to do in the chat is if you think we're going to have a soft landing and that the Fed is really smart and they figured out how to tackle inflation, and they're about to lower the interest rates really soon because we won't have any more inflation, which is a soft landing by definition. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think we're going to have a soft landing. On the other hand, if you think the Fed's going to screw everything up and we're going to have a hard landing, which means that they're going to have to raise interest rates higher and could cause us a lot of problems, and then at some point they're going to lower the rates, but it's going to be for the wrong reason and we're still going to have inflation, put a 2 in the chat. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. I'm not seeing any ones.
You probably won't.
Oh, that's okay. We got a lot of 2s, and OC Stacker, I think he voted for like 30 people. So, Google Steve, welcome to the chat. Melody Thomas, welcome. MK P Stacking, welcome. TFJ, welcome. I think we've all welcomed
You've got a
everybody
heck of
else
a
in
crowd
here.
in here tonight. It's busy in the
We've got a
chat.
good crowd. We do. So we're up to 458 comments, and we've got 44 people in here right now. 47 thumbs up. Let's see if we can get it to 50, guys. It's just kind of a fun magic number. Well, I'm gonna.
Magic Moon, hello.
I do want to ask you too your thoughts on this silver journey, but To me, I've shared this a little bit with people, but I do come from a banking background. So I haven't told everybody the whole story yet. I haven't really gotten into it yet. At some point, it will come out. But I grew up in a family where I did not see my grandpa very often because he was a banker and he ran a big successful bank in California. A lot of people you hear out there, you'll hear the story that they grew up very poor and they made all this money. I'm kind of in this situation where I grew up with money, but my parents didn't really use very much of it relative to what they had. They wanted to kind of keep things pretty cool and chill, and so we never went on super crazy vacations, and we didn't do um, maybe we'd stay at Best Westerns and Marriott's here and there, and anyway, but my grandpa was a workaholic. He was a smart guy. He was a good guy. He was a very nice guy. Everybody loved him. And at his funeral, it was massive. His funeral was massive with a lot of cops and probably like 30 or 40 motorcycles and I don't know, a couple dozen squad cars. And he was also in the military, so he had military gun salute and all of that stuff. But coming from a banking family, one of the things that I learned was a lot about what fractional reserve banking is all about. I learned about loans. I learned about real estate, and one of the things that I saw happen in 2008 was um, when things started unwinding. We had a black swan event that no one could really foresee, except for Michael Burry kind of predicted it, but I don't even think he knew exactly how that was going to happen. He had an idea, but when that happened, we didn't know it was coming. And so one thing I would recommend to everybody, not financial advice on this either, but I think it's good to get prepared in case we have another black swan and things get ugly. I don't think a single one of you put a one on there, and the fact that you didn't put a one on there, I think you believe that we got a 1.5 from Rig Nation, so he's kind of in the
I
middle
just
there.
saw that.
Um, I really don't think we have a very high probability. I'm going to give it about a 5% chance that we have a soft landing. I could be totally wrong. My friends that didn't sell their stocks, that held onto their stocks, have had a pretty good rebound this year. I did not expect that to happen. I expected gold and silver to be way higher already, and they're not. And so that's why it's hard for me to answer that question that came up earlier. I'm forgetting who asked exactly, but by the end of the year, I've been expecting that we would see silver over $30 an ounce, between 30 and 50, and then we would see gold at like 22 to $2,500 an ounce. That's what I think the real values of them are today. I might even go as far to say that gold should be valued at 3,000 right now. And there's a video I'm working on about that that I don't want to give away yet, but um, it goes with one of the things that always kind of stays at the same value all the time. That's the hint. But my thought is that if we have a black swan, if something breaks this fall, um, I do think we could see gold and silver go down for a short period of time, and I think that could be a great buying opportunity. So have some dry powder ready. But I do think what we're going to see is gold and silver go up. The trick is I don't know if it's going to happen in November, December, or if it's going to happen in the spring next year. But gold and silver have not kept up with inflation, and they usually don't until after the Fed lowers interest rates. So when you see interest rates starting
Yep.
to drop and the Fed has gone from holding it to lowering the interest rate, that's when I would get ready to start seeing gold and silver start popping. You're probably not going to have a lot of time there to hurry and buy as prices start going up. If we have a crazy black swan event, you could see prices go up overnight or within a 24-hour period of time. What do you think, Silver Dream? What do you think?
I'm so new to this. I really don't know how to read it correctly. But I know if you just, I guess the way to say it is, if when in doubt, zoom out. That's what I've heard. So you go look at your charts and you zoom out. And you can see the patterns over the last 50, 60 years. And eventually everything just keeps going up. So whether it's going to go up now or whether it's going to go up later, it is going to. So, it's just a matter of you having the patience, and when it falls back, not be scared and sell all your stuff. When it falls back, that's the time to buy.
I completely agree with that, and um, I like your strategy that you'd come up to with buying ounces at a time, kind of in a slow. fashion, right? A little bit each
Yep.
time.
Yep.
I think that's very smart. It's tricky for people to get a lump sum of money. Yankee's been kind of discussing that. They sold his parents'
Hmm.
house. What does he do? Do you take
Yep.
5 years to dollar cost average? Um, or do you think things are going to happen sooner? So maybe you only have 4 months to dollar cost average. It can be a little tricky thing when you have a lump sum. But for those of us that don't have the lump sum right now, I think the main thing to do is find out what you can spend to. I shouldn't say spend, what you can convert into gold and silver right now that you're comfortable with, um, which I think is great. Okay, we're one off, so we got to get one more thumbs up here, guys. We got 46
Yep.
people in the room.
There it
Mountain
is.
Stacking,
53.
welcome. Okay, maybe mine's just not keeping up. There we go, 52. I got a little lag over
Yeah.
here on
Mountain
this.
Stacking came in. Jamie Foxx came in. Yeah, several there. You're at 49 watching now. Yeah, you got a great
Jamie
crowd here
Fox,
tonight.
welcome. So what I'd also like to see is I want to see a one in the chat if you guys have subscribed to my silver journey. I want to see a one in every one of those from everybody. If you guys haven't done it yet, if one of the mods could put his link in there again, I highly recommend going and checking out his channel. I'm going to tell you a couple reasons, and one of the reasons I wanted to have him on here too is he's got a very cool story here on how he started out. And this is about going through a journey of things. Okay, guys, I think everything's about a journey in life. My family has
Yep.
been devastated by health issues ever since I got married. I've been married now 25 years, and it's been 25 years of a lot of garbage we have to put up with, and a lot of my friends can't believe we're still hanging in there. And they say we're the worst off of anybody they know. However, there's always someone worse. I know a lot of people that have a lot worse than we do. But I have to say, the reason I bring that up is we've learned so much in that process. We are much stronger people. We're much more well read, and we now know how to help other people. And so when I look at your logo there with you on the path there, um, I think this whole thing is a big, huge journey. We're really trying to help people understand how to get back to sound money, what real money is. This dollar
Yep.
back
Yep.
here, this is not real money, guys. It was backed by silver at one time, but it doesn't work anymore. And even when it was backed by silver, this still wasn't real money. This was just currency. And people are getting confused with the difference between currency and real money. This is real money. But, we keep inflating the dollar so much, we can't even keep up with this being worth a dollar. It's not anymore.
Yep.
Essentially, this is worth about $30, right? Give or take a dollar or two, depending on the spot price. That means we have lost a huge amount of value. I go to the movie theater here, and it's like $20 for a movie. It's ridiculous. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show you
Ain't that
guys
the
real quick
truth?
is I was looking at this Death Star coin. I want to see if you guys see what I see real quick. Um, all right, what's over here?
Let's see if you're going to be
So,
showing me what you're going to show. What I think you're going to.
do you guys see it? I think Luke Skywalker's in the trench over here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. Was it? Is it there? Is it actually there?
It's not there, but I was looking
Oh, that
earlier
would
to
be
see if it was
amazing.
there, guys. If I would have designed this coin, I would have done something like that where it would actually have it there. But I thought the detail was pretty cool in this coin. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. You can see the Lucas arts down there, or Lucasfilm, and then 3/9 fine silver. And then on the back, you've got a really cool portrait of the queen here with her crown and everything. But these are kind of fun. These little microscopes. I did want to show you guys this other coin here that I had because maybe you guys haven't seen it recently. But these are really cool. These little lynxes, and
Oh, I've seen those.
I think these are pretty cool. I don't know, but I ended up getting a few of these. So if anybody gets to the point where these are just crazy expensive, you can't find any of them, let me know. I've got a couple of them laying around. And for me, just so you guys know, all these things are kind of cool, but it's still, it's still just money, and yeah, it's money. So I don't get too attached to any given thing. Um, but my Star Wars stuff is the last to go. I like that stuff.
Well, that's what I keep telling my children. I'm not, when I'm buying this stuff, I'm not spending my money. I'm converting my cash into money. So it's still money. I still have it, it's still there. But for me, it turns into a stopgap when it comes to my impulse buying, and it's enabled me to be able to save money a whole lot better. So yeah, it's just money converted to money.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the other thing that I think is kind of funny too is everybody uses the terms incorrectly, right? So, you know, currency, money, cash, everything means different things. So, um,
Yep.
one of the things that I'm looking forward to doing, and I saw, do you have your gold backs on there that you can show? I don't have any of mine in front of
Um,
me.
yeah, I've got all of them sitting right here. Let me just move a couple things out of the way real quick.
Okay,
They're
we're going
just
to go
kind of
to a
off to the
bigger
left,
view of yours real quick here.
and I do have
Okay, there you
them.
guys go. You can kind of see
Turn
them
that
there.
just a little bit.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I think the gold backs are really cool. And, I'm not going to get 1,000 of them and burn them. I know someone keeps messaging me that. It would be like $3,600 to go get that and then burn them, and I would end up with about $1,900 at gold, which I don't want to do. That's the Wyoming one. That's cool. I haven't seen Wyoming yet. I like that. And what I think is really cool about the gold backs, though, that I'll point out to everybody is there's such cool art on them, and it's 24 karat gold, so the stuff is really shiny, right? And a picture and a video can't even do justice to it. But I think these are great to have in like an emergency pack. Put some of these in your glove box and lock your glove box in case you ever need to deal with them. And I think they're great for emergencies. I personally would put these up there with constitutional junk silver as a good way for bartering too. And just so you guys know, you're not going to go barter with your neighbor with a silver quarter, dime, or half dollar and expect them right off the bat to know what the real value of that stuff is. You're going to have to share that information with them. And it's going to be the same thing with gold backs. They're not going to know how to value that. You're going to have to kind of help them understand that and show them the value. But I do think they're really cool. So these are things that I've had a lot of fun making videos on, and I'm hoping to maybe do a little bit more with gold back in the future too. Nick's Coins has still never seen Star Wars, so there is a day that Nick, I'm going to come out to Maine and we're doing a Star Wars thon. You have to watch those, at least the original three. The other ones, it's kind of iffy,
Yeah,
but the
the
original three
original
are pretty
three
good.
are the must sees. Even if you're not
So we've
into
got
sci-fi and stuff, those are definitely something that everybody should see.
so a couple things. I'll ask you about this too, Silver Journey. So we've got some people saying they don't go to movies anymore, so they can stack silver, and they're not going to Starbucks anymore to stack silver. Have you cut
Yep.
back on any of your own personal expenses so you can afford more silver?
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I intended on getting one a week, and now I can, get quite a bit more than that on a regular basis. I don't eat out as often, and when I do, I try and go something that's a little more budget friendly. Um, sadly, I have to say that one thing is just going out in general. I pretty much now just I go to work and I go home. So my frivolous spending, I've really cut back my frivolous spending, and it's made a huge difference. So yeah, I've been able to, multiply that 1 ounce of silver. Like a few weeks ago, I got somewhere around, I think 16, 17 ounces in a week. So it can definitely make a difference. Actually, I did a whole video on that.
I will have to look for that one. I need my wife and my kids to watch that one. Um, I think they're determined to fight me on that whole thing. And they're starting to get a little better at it, but it's not easy to start winging yourself from a lot of things. I even
Yeah.
catch myself sometimes going, okay, do I want to go out and eat dinner? Or are we just going to cook something from the house? Because if I'm cooking something from the house, it's also part of my food supply, right? That I need to
Yep.
replenish and things like that too. And anyway, so you got to look at that. Okay, we got one more question for you here. Silver Journey, what holidays or um, excuses do you use to share a piece of silver with your kids? I use Easter, birthday, half birthday, Christmas, and we'll add Halloween this year.
Actually none. I haven't even thought about using any kind of silver, with holiday kind of thing yet. I have decided that that's going to be the birthday gifts. Depending on, the time of the year and, finances and whatnot, we'll decide on what I can afford to get them. But definitely every birthday, all my kids will get silver. But I think with my granddaughter, I'm 45 and, I'm just now becoming a granddad, which some folks would call that early. But I'm going to do a lot of that stuff with her as she grows. My youngins, they're all grown, so getting it to take in their head's going to be a little more difficult. But I'm going to try. But with my granddaughter, absolutely, I'm going to do it with all the holidays, the birthdays, anything that has any kind of a special meaning. I'm going to add silver into it.
I think that's great. Okay, you know what? There's a couple more questions for you. Do you have a few more minutes?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Okay. So we got another question on from Ellie. She's asking you specifically, can gold backs be used in all states?
No. In fact, you yourself recently did an interview with one of the guys at Goldback and did a lot of information about that. And they were even talking about there's some other stuff that can't give any details yet about other states that might be doing it. Hey, Yankee, what's going on, man? But yeah, right now it's just 5 states, and they're hopefully going to be bringing on some others. But laws have to be put in place for things to be done correctly and whatnot. So, but I would suggest go back. What was it, last week or so, Surfer, when you did your video, the interview, and she'll get a lot of her answers in that video. Do you remember the name of that video?
You guys, it's going to be
It's Goldback something. it's
so
it's it's been within the
I have
last
three
week.
videos. One of them is me
Yeah.
burning the gold back so you guys can see there's real gold in it. Okay. Another one is so one of them is burning the gold back. Another one is the interview I did with Benjamin from Goldback. He's their legal counsel, and then I did a third one taking it to the hardware store to see what we could use. So
Yeah.
yeah, here's what I found from this whole process with Goldbacks. There's 5 states you can use it in right now. I think there's 2 or 3 more they're working on at the moment. They wouldn't tell me the names of what states they were, but they're getting it into more states, and I think we'll start to see Goldbacks will probably line up more with red states than blue states, and you'll probably see more and more of that happening. You can use them in California, for example, but you've got to find a business owner that you can spend some time talking to that's willing to take them. So you're probably going to be running into a business owner that understands gold and silver. So I know
Yep.
talking to OC Stacker, like there's a couple car dealerships around here that will take gold and silver for a car. Um, they may not keep all
That's
the gold and
awesome.
silver. They have people that will come and trade them the gold and silver for fiat, and they may do the same thing with gold backs. So that'd be interesting. Now, what I don't know is if someone out of those states is going to take you at your word, or even looking at the website at the $4 exchange rate or roughly around that. So that would be
Yep.
interesting. How about the sleeves? Someone was asking where you got the sleeves for your gold backs.
They're actually just regular money sleeves. I get them on Amazon, and they come in like packs of 50 or pack of 100. But I do bill hunts, strap hunts, and pick out the star notes and things like that. And I like to protect them. And so yeah, you just go on Amazon. They're actually rather cheap. So yep, that's where I get them from.
So that's the answer to that question, guys. I had another one in here, and Tiger was talking about he likes the gold backs too. Nick uses them for bookmarks, so I think those are kind of fun bookmarks to use. I would actually love to see like some of Tiger stackings, like Killer, Tiger Man on a gold back.
Yep.
That'd be really cool.
Well, I know in the video you did in the interview, they were talking about that if somebody could tear one, they would give them like 400 of them or something like that. What was that all about? I can't remember the details.
Yes, so we've got to go find someone that is really strong in the community and see if we can get them to tear the thing in half. Um, I've got an idea for a video along those lines. Don't take it, anybody, but I might do something with that.
Awesome.
Um, we'll see what happens. But I've got a lot of family in Utah, so I'm going to be up in Utah sometime soon again. And when I'm up there, I'm definitely going to stop by again. And I am going to be sharing a video soon. Um, but well, I shouldn't say soon. It'll probably be in the winter time around a bank that I found that you can put your money into and you can buy gold and silver and it sits there and you buy it at spot price and you sell it at spot price. It's really cool.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's a unique bank. There's only one in the country. I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about that. The reason I'm not really doing it yet is they don't really want to come on video. They don't want to be interviewed. And so I kind of need to get in there and use it and play around with it and have things sent back to me so that I can kind of share the idea with you guys. Maybe I'll do a short on it or a shorter video on it just to give you guys the idea, and then I'll do a follow up. That's probably a better idea of how it works.
That'd be
Yankee,
awesome.
welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, let me see if there was any other question we had in here. People are just enjoying us ramble, I think. I guess that's a good sign.
It's a very busy
Um,
chat, that's for sure.
It is. So one other thing I will point out here, guys, too. Even in those 5 states, you cannot use gold backs everywhere. So I went to Lowe's and they had no idea what they were. That was in my video. But I went to another hardware store, Ace. I think it was All Reds Ace in Alpine, Utah, and they did take the gold backs, and it was integrated into their POS system, which was really cool. And
That's awesome.
you guys, my audio got ruined, so my first video didn't work. I had to go back there and refilm it, and we took like 30 takes. That was one of the hardest videos I've had to edit. So hopefully you can't tell too much, but that was a nightmare to edit, and it was really crazy. But the process was really smooth, and I had to kind of fake it a little bit in the editing room. But they basically just looked at their POS system, put in the price. It told them exactly how many gold backs, 2 gold backs, and then it gave me change back, which was really cool. And then they go and they dump the gold backs back to one of the gold back exchanges at the end of the night, and they get the $4 value for those gold backs, whatever the exchange rate is for the day, which is really cool. And they honor that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Someone was
that's
pointing
awesome.
out oh, someone dodged a bullet. I thought they were pointing out the bullet you had. That was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, one of these days, Tiger, I think you need to try to figure out how to get like a silver dragons instead of a silverback. You get the gold back with a tiger on it. You're the tiger down the road or something would be pretty cool since we just had that last year. But um, anyway, I love his art from his. I think it's his brother-in-law that's been doing the art for him.
Yankee said he gave
Let
his
me
dad a
see.
gold back yesterday.
Oh, did he? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I did take my dad with me. I had called Goldback that morning, flew into Utah, and hurried. And my dad drove me over to Goldback. We went at 5 o'clock. They stayed open from 5 to 6 to do the interview, and we had to come back the next day to buy some. But um, it was really cool, and he was getting a kick out of it. And he's like, "So I can buy these for 365, and they're worth 400 if I sell them." And he started doing the math in his head, and he's like, "What happens if I add zeros to this thing? What can I do here?" So I'll let you guys leave that up to you guys. But if I'll put it this way, if you're going to buy gold backs in any kind of bulk, Alpine Gold Exchange is the best place to go to right now. Um, Especially if you're buying the one denomination. If you're buying the higher notes, it really doesn't matter where you go; they're going to be about the same price. Okay, let's see if we had any other comments on
Yeah,
here. And
around
then
here they go like at the coin shows, like I paid basically $5 per single gold back. So the fives were 25 a piece
yeah,
and the ones are five a
yep.
piece.
Yeah, that's. I was selling some. I didn't actually sell any of mine, but OC Stacker did sell some of his, and I've got a video that'll be coming out this weekend with him at the coin show, and that's what I was
Awesome.
selling mine for. I just didn't have any takers at the end. It was not a very good turnout, by the way. It was pretty weak, but he did sell a handful of his gold backs, or maybe all of them, for $5 at a piece, which I think is a fair price at a show. Some of the online bullion dealers are charging in the 580 to 6 and change. Okay, not true. Bullion Max beats Alpine Gold if you buy one gold back in groups of 100. So yeah, Tiger, everybody, you're going to have to look at stuff, price things out all the time. So if if you're local in Utah or you're local to, I think it's New Hampshire has now a store there too. That's Alpine Gold Exchange, or maybe they call it a different name, but that's going to be your best price to get a small amount. If you're looking to get large amounts, you may be able to find them from some of the online bullion dealers for less money. So Tiger's pointing out Bullion Max has a pretty good deal if you're buying 100 of them at a time. So if you're going to spend, close to $400 on gold backs, you might be able to get a little deal there. World Paper Money Club, welcome. Paid $5 for gold backs at a coin show. I think that's a fair price based on what they're going for right now.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
see. So OC stat. Oh, the guy was prepared to buy a couple thousand of them if he had them at the show. Okay. Well,
Holy smokes.
we're trying to find a way to get better prices on gold backs in bulk, but it looks like it's going to have to be a pretty large bulk buy right now. So that might be something down the road. Um, all right. Yeah. So West
Yeah,
Texas
myself, I
stackers.
just bought him as a collector's piece.
So how many 1/1000th of an ounce gold backs at $5 to make an ounce? So if you have 1,001 denominated gold backs, they're not dollars, they're gold backs. So it's just one gold back. If you have 1,000 of those, you will have the 1 ounce of gold. But
At
depending on where you buy
$5,000 an
it,
ounce.
yeah, you're gonna be paying a lot of money for it. So you may, if you can get it in a really good bulk price deal, you might be able to get them for like $3,800 an ounce, but you're going to be overpaying per ounce. So with gold backs, you can't look at weight. You just have to look at the utility of using them for trade. That's it.
Exactly.
Or bookmarks, or to have a couple cool pieces with you. Excuse me. So, in my opinion, if you're going to buy more than like a couple $100s worth of gold backs, and to do more than just show you one of each of the collection or have a couple of them, you need to know where you can go spend them and use them, or know that it's something that you're using for more of an SHTF situation that comes up. So a full set is $340 for a state set. So if you're going much more than buying a state set, or you're buying a few more things, that's part of your collection. If you're going to say, hey, I'm going to go get 100 or 200 one note gold backs, shop around, and then also just know that per weight you're spending a lot of money on that. So I take Yankee's advice on that, and I would say it's really going to be more for fun, and it's going to be more for that specific utility, and it has to be a part of a strategy you're putting in place. Otherwise, you're better off not even buying, Eagles, right? Even right now, Eagles are still more expensive than rounds. So
Yep.
you still may be better off buying rounds than buying Eagles, but I can tell you everybody's going to recognize an Eagle. And these are my favorite type ones. I like them much better than the other ones. But I still like these coins a lot. I don't have a lot of these. I have some Eagles. I don't have a lot. I have a lot more rounds right now than I have Eagles. So I'm hoping Eagles get to a little bit better price, to where I can buy more. Oh, there's the silverback. So I don't actually have a silverback. I tried to win. I put in tons of entries, and then I don't know if they're still selling them. Do you know if they're still selling them?
Actually, they released another run of them, and you can get them. I've seen them. I don't remember which site had them, but you can get them for like $10 a piece right now. But that's one
Okay.
thousandth troy ounce of silver. So that's the craziest premium you'll ever find.
So that's an insane premium, you guys. That's a piece of art. So you're buying that to be a cool thing to display, um,
Correct.
and that's it. Yeah, there's no other reason to do that. Now, the fact that you guys know silver dragons and stuff like that is probably cool enough just to buy one of those. I think that's awesome that he was able to get that put together. Um,
Yeah, it's got his logo and his name on it, so they definitely made this for him.
yeah, I think that's awesome. Well, let's do this. I've got to start winding it down here. I've enjoyed the time with you. It's been great to ask you a few questions and get to know you a little bit better. And I
Yeah, I
think it's been
appreciate it.
awesome to be able to take a look at your stacks. So we're gonna. I want to thank you for that, and I also want to thank you for the friendship and for all the awesome stickers. So we've got all of these cool stickers that just came in. Um, so tell me about. I'm just realizing there's numbers on the back of here. What's the significance of that?
Well, I never intended on having a whole bunch of stuff. And if anybody that uses Sticker Mule knows, you get those messages all the time about a deal for
Yep.
50 of these or a deal for 50 of these. And so like the white ones, I only ordered one set of 50. And I'm not going to order anymore. The magnets, that particular magnet, I only ordered one set of 50. So I'm not going to order. So I just numbered it. So, if you get one, you'll know which one in the list because I'm not going to order that particular one again. The only one I'll order multiples of is
Ah.
the original.
All right, so then can I show off my numbers?
Yeah.
All right, I got a number
It's
eight
not
here,
real
guys.
special, of course, but
Oh, it's
I
gonna be
just a lot of
special when
folks
you
were
hit the
doing it, so
million.
I did.
When you hit the million, it's gonna be pretty special. So, I got number nine on this one, guys. That's kind of cool.
And I
You'd be
was just following
surprised.
the trend.
Everybody has fun with this. I'll have to. I didn't number
Oh, I
mine,
have a
guys. I
blast.
probably should do that. It's a good idea. But I'm doing the same thing
I've
with some of my designs. I'm not reordering them.
Yep, yep. I've got my community books where I'm keeping everybody's stickers and any letters or anything. So I've got a book for those. I've got a book for the poker chips. I've got a book for the baseball cards. And, they're keepsakes. Those are great memories as I get older. I can always, go back and see all the direct interactions I've had with folks. It's just a keepsake.
I think it's awesome. Well, I want to thank you for coming. And before we sign off here, I just want to remind everybody this painting here was something that resonated with me, and I think I think it's kind of appropriate for the night too. What I loved about this is you've got someone that's a surfer here. Oh gosh, I can't do this backwards very well. Right there, and they're little, but they can see their huge potential in front of them. And honestly, that's a lot of what I think. I think my silver journey's got ahead of them. It's what I think's ahead of me too. I want to thank everybody for coming out and having fun on the channel and supporting us. Hopefully, you learned a few new things today about us. Hopefully, you guys had a lot of fun from it. And, you know, if any of you have interest in doing a sticker swap and you've got stickers, let me know. Let my Silver Journey know as well. And
Yeah,
we'd be happy
absolutely.
to do some trades with you guys. And then outside of that, the other thing I'll just throw out there too is if anybody ever wants to uh, if you ever want to send anything in to give away, if you're sending me coins or anything, I'm not keeping those. Those are going to go as giveaways for the channel, and I will call out your channel. So if any of that stuff ever shows up, I will be doing that. Um, and we're going to have fun. I mentioned I was going to try to do a live stream a day. There's no way; it's not possible. I'm giving up on that. But what I will do a quick shout out for is this again. I don't know if Nick's still on here or not. She may have retired already, but we are going to be doing this show. We're going to give this a good shot here for several weeks and see what we can do with it. And hopefully, it'll be something that will be very entertaining for you guys and also educational. And then my other hope is that we will be able to, switch it up a little bit on Wednesday nights, and then I will hopefully get a video or two out to you guys during the week. And until next time, peace out and thank you for coming.
Absolutely. I had a great time. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for having me.
Adios, everybody.
Take care.